So, I was talking to a dear friend of mine. He was giving me some pointers about tonight and talking to the audience and not boring you all to hell, you know? Thank you. And he said, listen, don't tell them a story unless you feel that they're really, really with you, which is always good advice. So, are you with me? So this story, because we're doing music from movies, I thought it would be fitting to tell a story about how movies move all of us. I'm sure everybody in this room has been moved by one movie or another. And I want to talk about one movie in particular that has moved me beyond all others. I don't think there's ever a movie that's going to come out that's going to top this for me. Early to mid-'70s, my friends heard about a movie coming out. It was shrouded in mystery. The title gave very little, if anything, away. And it was the days before social media, so the films could keep a tight wrap on storylines. And they did a great job of keeping this particular storyline under wraps until the film came out. All we knew was that it was a horror movie. But even that's debatable because to this day, the director maintains that he made a psychological thriller. Now, doesn't matter. It was designed to scare the bejesus out of us, whatever the hell bejesus is. And my friend and I decided we're going to go see this movie the first weekend it's out. We go over, it's a summer night, stand in line for tickets. First hint that we have that maybe we should reconsider going into the theater was the looks on the people's faces that were coming out of the previous show. They looked as if they had been hit by a freight train, and they had in some respects, and they looked terrified. So, being the intelligent creatures that we are, instead of taking this as a hint to turn around, we looked at it as a challenge. So in we went, got our snacks, took our seats, watched the movie. First portion of this movie was suitably scary. It was dark. You're waiting for something to jump out at you. Typical horror movie stuff. And I remember thinking, you know, this isn't so bad. We're gonna actually be able to survive this. And then the pace of the movie started to pick up just a tad. And the true meaning behind the movie gradually reared its ugly, and I mean ugly head. And I can tell you honestly, ladies and gentlemen, I have not been the same since. It got to the end of that movie, my friends and I, along with everybody else in that theater, felt as if we had been through the most terrifying experience of our lives. It was beyond anything we'd seen, imagined, ever seen before, ever experienced. Now it was our turn to be in the audience coming out of the theater looking as if we had been hit by a freight train. So my friend and I get in the car to go home to my mom and dad's, and we arrive there, and the house is dark, and by all appearances, nobody's home. But the front door is unlocked because it was the days before people locked their doors at night. We went in, I called out to my mom and dad, nobody answered, so nobody's home. So my friend and I go into the kitchen, we take a snack out of the fridge, go to the kitchen table, proceed to eat that snack in complete silence because we're both still severely shaken. Cannot get this movie out of our minds. Now, 8 feet away from the kitchen table was our kitchen sink, and it was this large, deep aluminum contraption, okay? Now, I want you to put yourself in our place to get the impact of what happened next. We're sitting there, and all of a sudden, water comes gushing out of that faucet full force into the bottom of that aluminum sink. Full force, loud as can be. Nobody was there to turn that faucet on. The only 2 people in the room were 8 feet away. And to say that that was the worst possible thing that could have happened at the worst possible time, major, major understatement. Whatever nerves we had left when we left that theater, completely shot at this point. So, all of a sudden, my friend and I just jump out of our seats. We're frozen in fear, and I'm not kidding. We feared as if our lives were over. And we're standing there frozen in fear, and all of a sudden I hear my dad's voice calling up from the basement, "Hey, Vince, is that thing working?" So apparently somebody was home, and apparently somebody was working on the plumbing. "Yeah, Dad, the fucking thing's working." So I never did tell my dad just how terrified I was, because I know exactly what he would have said. "You're an idiot for seeing the movie in the first place." But that is the power of movies. And part of the power of movies, as we all know it, is the power of the music in those movies. And I'm sure a lot of you are thinking, thank God he's getting around to a point, but I really am. Now I'm going to play a little bit of the theme to that movie, and for those of you who haven't guessed it, you'll definitely get it. Movie's called The Exorcist. Unbelievable movie. And my family will tell you this because they make fun of me all the time. I am almost 61 years old. I still have a problem watching this movie. I do.